I am so excited. Today's video is all about Men in Kilts Season 1, Episode 1. I am just ecstatic that I finally got to be able to view the episode, which many people are struggling if you are not in USA to even view it at the moment. So I feel everybody's pain. There's lots of discussion in different groups about where you can view it, how you can view it, etc. And it's just heartbreaking that even people in the UK at the moment are having trouble viewing the episode. But let me tell you, it's worth the wait. Make sure you just hang in there, people. Hang in there. You will be able to see it at some point. It is amazing and worth the wait. Now, I have been lucky enough to have seen it today, and this episode for our channel is just going to be all about Men in Kilts and what happened in episode 1. So from what I can gather, each episode is going to be a different topic. Today, season one, episode 1 was based all on food and drinks. Seafood was the main food talked about. I was a little shocked that they didn't dive deep into haggis. You did get a very brief explanation of haggis, but it was more based on seafood, prawns and oysters, and things like that.
Straight onto the...
You're just going to put them straight on the grill?
Straight on.
Wow.
You are a vegan or vegetarian. There is 20 seconds of footage in this episode you're not going to enjoy. It is the cooking of lobsters. I think they're called lobsters there. Prawns, lobsters. No, we call little ones prawns. Lobsters. It was the cooking of lobsters. How stupid am I? You don't see anything, of course, but you know. There is, of course, a funny little segue where Sam Heughan and Graham McTavish take you away. You don't see anything bad or anything anyway. For us meat eaters, it's a bit of a giggle how Sam Heughan and Graham McTavish segue you away, and you will enjoy it. When you see the episode, you'll be like, "That's what she was talking about."
Oh, is it a seal? Look, playing.
Yes, beautiful.
Oh,
So beautiful.
I loved the aspect of the seafood that they were showing in Scotland. Now, I personally am not a massive seafood fan. I like the odd things like flake and scallops, crab sticks, prawns, calamari. Okay, I lie. I do probably like a little fair bit of seafood, but I'm not adventurous outside of those main things. I don't like things that that don't look fully cooked. And to me, sometimes oysters and things, and they don't scream cooked to me. But the ones that they had done on the show with, where was it from? The Kitchen, which has now been added to my bucket list of things and places I'd like to see if we ever get back to Scotland after our pandemic. The Kitchen was the dishes that they brought out for Sam Heughan and Graham McTavish to eat looked amazing. Whiskey being the national drink of Scotland it was always going to be featured. I honestly thought it would have an entire episode to itself. I'm kind of glad it didn't, because I'm not a big drinker myself, but I love to know the history of whiskey and distilleries. I find fascinating just for the fact of how long it takes to make certain alcoholic items. Like, in my mind, you think you crack open a bowl of anything and that has to have been made in the last 12 months. When really, it can take decades and decades and decades. So to see the history through the distillery was also fantastic. And not only from someone that doesn't enjoy drinking all the time, don't get me wrong, I like my odd drink. But for someone that doesn't have that fascination with drinking, to learn the history of the distillery and the process, to get a brief description of how it's made, etc., was really fascinating.
This is the 2019 25-year-old cast strength. This would have been made the first year I started at the distillery as well, 1994.
Now, I would assume that the show's fan base currently has been a massive amount of Outlander fans, and you are not going to be disappointed. Obviously, when we get this show, Sam Heughan and Graham McTavish are playing nobody. They are themselves. So you don't see the Jamie Frasers and the Dougal Mackenzies. You don't see the characters and the portrayal of them. You get to see these guys as their real authentic selves, or at least portrayed for a travel show, their real authentic selves. But there are many little snippets from Outlander to keep all of our Outlander obsessions intact. You see many throwbacks for Jamie Fraser, and you get the odd one for Dougal, but they're definitely in there. You definitely can see that the show has been portrayed for the Outlander fan. You know, they know that the main startup base, just the startup base of fandom, is going to be from Outlander, so they fed us well.
James, Alexander, Malcolm, Mackenzie, Fraser. Well, if you two are quite finished.
Now, don't think if you're watching this and I'm just going on and on and on about the fact that Outlander. You don't even have to have seen the show to appreciate Men in Kilts. Men in Kilts is a travel-based show. Men in Kilts, A Road Trip with Sam and Graham is the proper title. You don't have to have ever seen Outlander. You don't even have to know who Jamie Fraser is to enjoy this show. That's what is special about it. Anybody will enjoy this show, no matter where you're from. If you love travel and you love to learn about places, you're going to love this show. So far, my only downfall for the show is that episodes are only 30 minutes long. And I completely understand that. But my problem was I was just getting into it, like really starting to enjoy it. And I could tell we were starting to wrap it up a little bit. And I was like, oh no, please don't. Come on now, 45 minutes at minimum. And unfortunately, 30 minutes was our cutoff point. If you love a show, you want more and more and more. And that can be the only bad thing I can put towards this show. And I am very critical of shows. But this one, guys, allowing for not long enough. 9 out of 10 was the first episode. And I cannot wait to see what comes up next week. Now, sport, rugby or football, I'm not even sure what the Scottish version is. Here we have AFL, footy. I know there's many different football variations around the world. I don't know what the Scottish one is all about. I don't know what it's close to in relevance to here. It's clearly not like AFL, footy. I race cars, people. Like, I have no idea about anything like that. Footy is not my forte. Speedway, racing cars, I could answer a few things for that, but the footy aspect, I'm not going to know. But I'm still excited. That's what I mean. I'm excited to learn things for next episode. I also noticed in the preview for the next episode that Graham McTavish was playing golf. Again, I'm not a golfer, car racer. So next episode for me is going to be interesting to see if my opinions change at all, but I don't think they will. So what has drawn you to Men in Kilts? I'd love to know. Are you an Outlander fan that has you're following Jamie and Dougal to their new show? Or are you a travel bug that is just like, oh, a new show all about Scotland. That's a place that I want to visit. That's my bucket list, etc. You know, I want to go there. I want to see it. I'm going to experience it through this TV show while we're all locked down. How? What has brought you to Men in Kilts? I'd love to be able to talk to you guys in the comments below about that. So let me know. Now, I'm really hoping that this is going to be a weekly video that we're going to be able to discuss each week the Men in Kilts season episode right here on our channel. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, jump in the comments, tell me all about yourself. How did you become obsessed with Outlander? I love to know anything to do with Outlander. I love to discuss. It's an obsession. It is a real obsession, and I love it. But if you're interested, guys, just jump on in there. I will talk all things Outlander with you all day, all night. I hope you have all had a wonderful week, and hopefully I will see you all here next week when we talk about episode 2 for Men in Kilts, all sport, I'm assuming. And let's hope that it is just as good as the first episode. Okay, guys, bye.
We should make a bet on your sporting prowess.
The loser has to skinny dip in the North Atlantic.
Game on.
Are you just going to be relentlessly competitive?
Yeah.